Bookish Friends new video format spot because I have author Chautona Havig with me. So this is great.
This will be fun. We've been shopping.
Yes.
We bought a book or two.
Or 12.
She'll have a haul for you.
Yes. That will probably be next video. I also have books coming in the middle.
So yeah, you've got a lot to share.
I do.
Yeah.
Yes. So how many books have you written?
I'm give or take a couple around 130.
Okay, because Goodreads had it at like 284. But
That's because they count every episode of the serial novels.
Yes.
And so there's like 28 in one, and I don't remember how many in the other, so that's why.
Okay. Where do you think someone should start with your books?
Where should someone start? Well, okay. Honestly, this is hard because I write a lot of different kinds of things.
Yes.
So, my brain goes, what kind of TV show do you like? And then I can answer the question. But if I'm just going off the top of my head, I think that something like Random Acts of Shyness covers a lot of the different types of things that I do in one book that isn't very long.
That's one of my favorites.
I love that book so much. There's going to be more in that series.
I'm definitely looking forward to those. So I started with either Twice Sold Tales.
I love that book.
Or I started with Christmas Stockings or Tarnished Silver. I've read, I think those were the first 3 I read. And I read them all around the same time, so I get confused.
And that was right around the time that Chantal was talking about them all.
Mm-hmm. And that's what got me started on them.
Thank you, Chantal. Because I wouldn't have met her.
Yeah,
okay?
yes. Yes, I read your books, and then I found your YouTube channel. And then...
Which is all Chantal's fault, too.
Yes.
What about you? Where would you send someone to start with the first book?
I can't. I've met too many different people, so I'm like, you would not like Aggie at all, so go to Rogue. Hashtag Rogue.
Yeah.
You do not do scary whatsoever, go to Aggie.
Yeah.
So my first thought is Aggie, but somebody that's stay-at-home moms just are not for me, is not going to enjoy Aggie.
Yeah.
So I am one that I have to know the person.
I haven't read Aggie either. We have Chatona's daughter Shalise in the background too.
Things aren't done. I'm not going to show my face.
Yeah, so I've read all the Book Strings books now that are out.
And we got another one coming. I'm doing my research right now.
Okay. Is that going to be 2026, 2027?
It will release before March 1st of 2026.
Okay.
It has to release before March 1st because the big launch day is March 1st. Greenville, Tennessee. I will be there. We will do this.
So is that one coming next?
Yes.
Okay.
We're going to do that next, and then we're going to go to Scotland.
Okay. Gives you more time to go.
I know. I get to go back and get it right. I forgot that those are so heavily influenced about what is around the town. What do people do? What is the history of the area? And all the infusion into the area. And I can't do that well on Sky because I was on a couch. So... But that's okay. I now have been immersed in Greenville. As a matter of fact, wait a minute. Greenville. You got to swallow the bill. Greenville. But yeah, I got here and was talking with a hick accent. Not hick, just Southern. But compared to California newscaster.
If I talk to my grandmother who grew up in Kentucky, I tend to get the Southern bit. My husband's like, why are you talking like you're Southern? I'm like, I was talking to my Nana.
Sorry, it happens. Yeah. Well, that's the problem, is that I will eventually turn any accent into hick because my family are Okies. So I'll mimic you until I don't hear you anymore, and then it'll all go Okie, and then I finally get it worked out.
Well, and then I did get to go to Scotland, and we were there for several days, and we had guides who were from Scotland, and I started to slip into the Scottish brogue, and I'm like, I hope they're not offended about this American trying to talk British. I couldn't help it because my other grandmother was Scottish.
Yep. Our family comes from Scotland, near Edinburgh, from what I understand, but...
Mine too.
Williamsons.
Sorbies.
So, okay, you go to Ohio, and they will talk about the terrible Williamsons. That's my family.
I think it's surprising that so many people from Scotland settled in like the Toledo, Ohio area.
Yeah, that's where they are. Those terrible Williamsons. I bet your grandma knows who they are. Mm-hmm.
Possible.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Pretty bad. Okay.
Okay. What was your favorite series or book to write?
To write. Favorite book to write.
Willow.
It probably would be Past Forward. Probably. Although I have a lot of fun with some of the other ones, like Operation Post Haste was a blast to write. I know which one was the least favorite. That's easy. Second to least favorite. Shattering Secrets, absolutely worst. A second worst, A Bird Died.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was tough. But favorite, probably just Past Forward. I got to learn and experiment, and I made tallow candles, and I made soap. I did all the things that she does, and so I got to have that fun. But on the other hand, Operation Post Haste, that little boy going around delivering all the mail, that was fun.
I like that one.
That was fun. I can't think what else. What other ones do I love writing? I'm not loving writing Pointed Suspicion.
You liked Madeline.
Oh, no. Those are my favorites. Right there. Top absolute favorite. The Madeline mysteries. Love those.
I need to read those too.
Those are so much fun. Well, you just need to wait until I get the last one done next year. And then,
I think that's probably why I haven't started them, is because I knew you had another one coming.
And she's going to, and Krista's going to narrate them. Yeah. She loves me.
So, Shalise, what's your favorite series your mother's written to?
Series.
Or book that you've read that she's done?
Okay, book. That would be Not a Word.
Yeah.
Series would be the Alexa Hartfield.
I loved those. I think that was the first series of yours that I read, and I binge read it in a few months.
There's going to be more. I think my favorite of those was definitely number 4.
Is that when you introduced Aunt Faye?
Yes. I loved Aunt Faye.
I loved her too.
It was so fun. It was so much fun to write that one. She had too much fun. Can I just say? She had a blast.
See, and I haven't read it. I just brainstormed with you about so much of it that I'm like, I know what you're talking about, but I haven't read book 4 yet. I'm waiting for that one to be done. And then binge. And that's what I do with your series.
I mean, technically the series is done, but I have decided to do more.
I was going to say, you told me you were going to do.
Yeah. Technically it's done, but I have, because Kathy's coming back. And that's all I'm saying.
I need to stop here. The air conditioner went on.
What?
Okay. So then, do you have a favorite character that you've written?
Willow would be one, but I'm Uncle Bud. Uncle Bud from the Independence Islands. I love Uncle Bud. Harper is a close call. Harper's close, but Uncle Bud. And the only reason I say that is because I can't, it would be cheating to put any of the characters from A Bird Died in. I wouldn't, because they're all my family, I can't. And Sand and Mistletoe. But, okay, so you read Tarnished Silver.
Yes.
Kelly Cox, the housekeeper.
Oh, yes.
Meet Kelly.
Hi.
Yeah, that's actually her, because she's in A Bird Died too. So
I haven't read that one.
Yeah, that's not an easy one to read.
Loosely based on a true story?
It's almost exactly. There's just a couple of things that we changed, and then we changed like gender and stuff of people, but the actually events are really close.
And how it should have ended on that one.
Yeah, there's one element that we did it the way we would have if we knew what to do. I'm glad we did it.
Okay, we'll switch gears to talk about your reading habits.
My reading habits? Okay.
Do you have a favorite genre to read?
I love Christian fiction, but that's really broad.
Yeah.
But even more than that, if you look at like what I own and what I buy and what I listen to and what I read the most of, they're all mystery. You call that one?
I called it.
Yeah. What's your favorite?
Probably mystery.
Yours?
I read a good mix of mystery and fantasy. I kind of fluctuate.
Because that's what I was trying to decide. Is it going to be mystery or fantasy for you?
Right now, I'm in a fantasy swing, but I might swing back toward mystery. I think part of it was because I get a lot of book recommendations from Chantal.
Yeah.
Chantal. And so...
And she's been in her fantasy phase, so she's got some good ones.
Yes. Well, and she did Year of Christie last year,
Mm-hmm.
and then we've been doing more Alan Montgomery.
Yeah.
So I haven't been picking up. I haven't read a single Christie this year.
What?
I know.
Have I?
I have one sitting on my cart. It's been sitting over there for like all year, and I haven't gotten to it.
Oops. I know. I think I have read a Christie. I think I re-listened to the Parker Pine again. I love the Parker Pine stories.
Okay. I think I've just read...
It's Parker, right? Parker Pine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I just read the first one.
They're so much fun. They're so ridiculous. And they get better all the time.
So speaking of Christie,
Okay.
authors that you recommend reading.
Okay. For mystery, for anything?
Any
okay.
genre.
Mystery. I do love Christie and Sayers. I really love Benedict Brown. He is so much fun. And I love what he's doing with the whole Lord Edgington series. Benedict Brown, I have been really impressed with. What other mystery?
Bright.
Huh?
Bright. Jamie Jo Wright.
I do like her, but she's more suspense than mystery, don't you think?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. She's wannabe horror. Not really there, but it's almost like she wants to be.
I can't do horror. I can do
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
I'm like, if I'm going to read one of her books, I have to have something else that I'm reading right before bed, or I won't sleep.
Oh my God. See, and I would have nightmares over a black and white mystery movie, and I haven't had it with Jamie Jo Wright, and I don't know why. Maybe because I know that she likes to put elements that are scary but have a natural explanation.
She
Going into it,
I can always tell myself that, okay, there's an explanation. There's an actual explanation. It's not actually supernatural.
Yeah, and she's always stuck by that.
Yeah.
And I think that's why. I think that's the only reason why. Whereas, I don't know what the secular, where are you going to go with that? But for her, I can say for sure. But mystery.
I know I love those. I'm trying to think. So, if I'm going to go with romance, I want a rom-com.
Yes.
And I finally figured that out this year, and that was a great thing for me because it totally changed everything. And I realized why, because rom-com has an end goal other than just boy meets girl. Yay.
They get engaged. Or
yeah,
married
there's
or
something, there's always something going on that's going to make you laugh. And that's the other part of the story. I was just thinking, well, it's just funny romance. It's the same thing. It really isn't. They do it differently. So, like, I like Sarah Monson for that. I like Pepper Basham for that. But Pepper can get to stick your head in the freezer, not comfortable. Let me flip the pages.
Yeah, I've noticed that with hers.
I love Sarah Monson's book nerds and book nerd boyfriends. And boyfriends. I think it's Book Nerds and Boyfriends series. They're short novellas, but they are hilarious. They're so much fun. And Angela Ruth Strong is funny, but her stuff has depth to it, which I really, and that's what I want. I want something that's going to have, I can sink my teeth into, and you can't sink your teeth into cotton candy. It just melts away. And that's what I like them. I do like Jamie Jo Wright a lot. I do like, it just left. It got up and went over the weekend.
Michael Phillips is more historical.
Yeah, historical. Michael Phillips, George MacDonald.
Except for the Southern.
Yeah, I don't like Michael Phillips Southern stuff. I don't like most Southern stuff though. So when you're dealing with war between the states, I don't want it. I can't handle it. I can't handle it. But other historical ones that I like Rosanna M. White. Some of hers gets more romancy than I like, but then you've got Margot in A Song Unheard, and that is brilliant. So, what other historical ones do I like? I read a lot of historical. Jane Kirkpatrick.
I was thinking Jane Kirkpatrick. She's not really a romance.
No, No, if you're looking for romance, no. But I tend to like a lot of women's fiction. Like, I like The Sensible Shoes. I like the, like Spec Fic. I liked Amanda G. Stevens, her No Less Days, and her Haven Seekers, I think is what it's called. Although I believe that's going in an interesting direction. You may not be able to get the Haven Seekers anymore. Really sad. I might need to buy another set before they're all gone.
I can't think of anything that we've talked about that's like, you really like this.
I know you brought up T.E. Kinsey in a recent
video.
Oh,
yeah, I love Kinsey. Yeah, T.E. Kinsey.
To try her.
He? It's a he.
Sorry.
Yeah. And he writes mystery, cozy mystery from the turn of the 20th century up to World War One, and Lady Hardcastle. They're hilarious. They're so funny.
Oh, Morley. We read Morley.
Oh, yes. I do love Morley. He is brilliant. Parnassus on Wheels, Haunted Bookshop.
Mm-hmm. You like Elizabeth Peters for mystery?
I do like Elizabeth Peters and Dorothy Gilman. Yeah. Although I have to say, Dorothy Gilman, anytime John Farrell gets around, things get spicy.
Yeah.
And why is it that I can tolerate that from them, but in a lot of books I can't tolerate it?
I think maybe with Gilman, it's part of she's using it as a stereotype for a character.
Yeah.
And it's only a set. It's in a little,
and it's a little section each time. What I think is really funny is the couple of times that Emily deliberately says something. I mean, it's a conscious choice for her. The rare times, it's only been a few times in all of the books, and she has said something. I love it when John Farrell's like, "All right, Duchess." I just love it when he's like, "It's like, look at a little hypocrite."
Jean Stratton Porter.
Yes, Jean Stratton Porter. Because
what genre would you put her in? It's not really romance.
It's funny.
It's not.
It gets romantic, but it is not romance.
Yeah.
It is just literature.
It's maybe general fiction.
Yeah.
With heavy.
Technically, it's historical now, but it wasn't when it was written.
Right. She said it in the time.
Yeah. Keeper of the Bees, man.
I haven't read that one yet. All right. Kick that one again. Okay, so Jean Stratton Porter.
Yeah.
So, freckles. There's a couple of nitpicky things.
Yeah.
Girl of the Limberlost. I read that one.
Yeah, that one I like and don't like at the same time.
Harvester.
The Harvester.
Yes.
Oh, man.
I'm like, I don't know. Like, that one is probably a bit more romantic.
It is crazy romantic, and yet I like it.
It's Blue Castle.
Yeah, exactly. It's her Blue Castle. You're right. You're absolutely right. It's the Blue Castle of the Limberlost.
There you go. Keeper of the Bees was kind of interesting because she went all the way to California.
Yeah, it takes place in California.
I'll have to add that as my next Stratton Porter.
It's because you can see her progression from an understanding of Christianity, but not necessarily having her personal faith, to true personal faith by the end of that one. It's fun to watch her throughout her writing. She could also be incredibly racist.
Is that just a reflection of the time, though?
Yes.
That book, very much so.
Yes. But, yeah.
So Jean Stratton Porter would probably be, like, the same genre as Maud Montgomery.
Yeah. Basically, I feel like Jean Stratton Porter is the American Lucy Maud Montgomery. Yeah. I really think so. They both wrote very beautifully about natural things around it, but they interwove people into that narrative, and they just evoked something. Yeah.
Yeah, I just think Jean Stratton Porter is maybe missing like the little bit of humor.
Yeah, she misses the whimsy.
Yeah.
For sure. What do you think?
Sounds good to me.
That's probably enough books for me to look up and pop up on the screen.
Awesome. So, if you could recommend one book that I've written to anyone you have to recommend, what is it going to be? Because maybe that'll be a one to remember to when someone says what you read, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The book strings are definitely my favorite, but then also Random Acts of Shyness. If you're wanting a rom-com, that's the one. If you're wanting something where the focus is not necessarily romance, definitely Twice Sold Tales and Clock Tower Bound, because that one is definitely more friendship focused.
Yeah.
But I just love that your books that are set in bookstores have so many bookish references in them, because I read a treasury of mysteries set in bookstores and there were hardly any bookish references. It's just like it's in a bookstore. I get it's a mystery and the focus is supposed to be on the mystery, but
we need books because bookstore. You know what I found out when I was in Greenville that I didn't do in these that I should? I'm going to go back and add them. I should have put a list of the places that I recommended that, you know, from the towns that I ate at and where I went. And
the ones that are actual real places?
Yeah, actual real places. Duh. Why didn't I do that?
Just make it a printable for those that have already purchased it.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it on the website. Say, hey, if you want to know when you go there.
I mean, you ended up doing that with the lists of books you reference in them too.
Yeah. So now they're in there, but if you missed it. And I noticed that my asterisks about the ones that I either haven't read or don't recommend are gone in some of them because there wasn't an asterisk next to 100 Years of Solitude. And I'm like, I do not recommend that book. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Hi.
And Virginia Woolf.
Yeah. I have The Lighthouse. I'm going to try that one. Have you read that one?
It's by Virginia Woolf?
Yes.
Nope.
I'm going to try it. I've been convinced that if I will like one, it will be that one.
Yeah, that's what they try to convince me of with Edith Wharton.
There is no such thing as a good Edith Wharton.
Do you DNF books?
Yes. I'm less likely to DNF something that is a classic per se, something that sometimes it's harder to get into a book that is written differently or whatever, or maybe it's not like my thing, but there's a value to reading it. So like if I hadn't enjoyed Karamazov, I would have tried to keep plowing through it anyway because there is a reason to keep reading that one. I just happen to love it, so it was easy. But if I hadn't liked it, I would have continued to go through. That said, if I'm reading just any of the books I picked up today, I get to the end of chapter 4, and if I don't want to keep going, I don't.
Will you do that with The Lighthouse by Virginia Woolf? Will you push through, or will you give it till chapter 4 or end of chapter?
I don't consider Virginia Woolf someone who has something deep that I need to plow through. It has to have someone who has like C.S. Lewis books. Sometimes they're hard. His nonfiction. Sometimes they're hard to understand, and not always. Sometimes they're way easier than I'm expecting. But sometimes those I'm just gonna push through because I know I'm gonna get something out of it, rich and important. Virginia Woolf, I'm not gonna. If there's nothing there by then, it's like don't.
Thomas Hardy is a good example. I mean, you had Mayor of Casterbridge.
Yeah.
Great book.
Yeah.
Tessa de Ubervilles. Shred it, burn it, and why did you write this?
And then
I pushed through Tessa de Ubervilles. You wrote Mayor of Casterbridge.
Yeah. Why did I do this? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. And then you have things like that get really popular, like Mill on the Floss and Middlemarch. Mm-hmm. I feel like I should push through those, but I know I would never. And because I know I won't. So I'm not even going to start them.
Didn't you put in Twice Sold Tales the older woman character with Middlemarch? Is it because by the middle of it you want to march away?
Yes. Yeah, pretty much. I read the synopsis and I read some of like the Sparks Notes kinds of things and stuff on that. That was enough for me. I'm just like, there's nothing about this that interests me. at all.
Here's Anna Karenina. I want to finish that because I have read a Christian article about why this is a great portrayal of why you need to read whatever. I'm not doing well on that. That thing better be worth it is all I gotta say.
I think what I've heard people who have read it have said is that there's a set of characters who are awful, and then it also follows a set of characters that are a better example. So,
well, you have Vanity Fair. Your main character is an unlikable character, but the side character is the one you want to emulate.
Right, yeah.
Which is also Gone with the Wind.
Yeah.
But I ain't doing Gone with the Wind.
No.
I'm
sorry, but I think in Gone with the Wind, personally, I think that the Melanie in the movie is much more what people think of as the Melanie in the book, but I thought the Melanie in the book was conniving and manipulative. I didn't like her at all.
No better than Scarlet?
No, just a quiet version of Scarlet.
Sneaky. The sneaky kid that plays the perfectionist and is really not.
It's what it felt like. She knew how to play and get everything. I didn't like her at all. And I'm like, I know I'm alone in that. There's very few people. It's kind of like my opinion of a very, very, very favorite Christian fiction book that I'm the only person on the planet that seems to hate it. Shelley doesn't like it either.
Like, uh-oh.
Yep, like, uh-oh.
Is that Francine River?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like it either.
I love you. We're not alone.
No, well, there are like a few books that we just don't have the same opinion on. A Tree Grows in Brooklyn is one of them, but we have pretty similar tastes on everything else.
I think my love of A Tree Grows in Brooklyn has to do with when I read it and what it did for me, and that I remember and love certain sections. There are sections of that book I don't like. I will admit to that. But the book itself, as a whole, I know is colored by when I read it and what it did in my life at that time and all the things.
Yeah, my friends and I frequently have this conversation about the books you read at the right time.
Yeah.
Even when you go back and reread them, you'll still love them just because of reading them when you should have. So then I have with my kids, when do I want to introduce them to this book so that way they'll love it? And
yeah, it's tough. Did you ever read A Tree Grows in Brooklyn?
Mm-hmm. Stairway. Creepy guy. Stairway.
Yeah. Oh, that was the worst. That was awful.
Didn't warn me about that one.
I didn't?
Well, I got to... Nope.
Was that when I was stuck in the chair?
Maybe. I don't know. I was just like, Mom usually warns me about these things.
Oh, I am so sorry.
So that's my impression of it. I did enjoy it. Creepy guy in the stairway.
Yeah.
That's all I've got to say to you. Mom? Why?
I take full credit for messing that one up. Hi, how you doing?
Because she's great about that. She's like, okay, now, Christy. I got Christy.
Yeah.
Didn't get that one for A Tree Grows in Brooklyn.
Sorry. I think I must have been in the chair.
It was that season of life that's just a haze.
There was 9 months of living in a chair. Couldn't do... walking to the bathroom wiped me out. The bathroom, it's like from here to there. I mean, it's just
like
so
10
bad.
feet.
Yeah. It just...
But she was diagnosed with asthma and all went well.
Yeah. It wasn't my heart. They thought it was my heart. It wasn't my heart. It was asthma. Just asthma.
Took 9 months to diagnose that.
Yeah. But no. Yeah. But anyway, sorry about that. Hi, how you doing?
I did read that one.
Yeah.
Alright, so you have a book coming out very soon.
Yes, Pointed Suspicion. I'm hoping for Labor Day.
Less than a month.
That's my goal. So lots of prayers needed.
I was going to say, do I know what we're praying for on Bible study days?
Yes. That. I mean, I'm literally down to like the last chapter and a half. And I'm already in the editing mode because editing in mode. So.
And then you have Christmas Lights.
Yeah, Christmas Lights is coming out October 8th? 7th? 8th?
So you have that one to write too.
I'm 16,000 words into that, something like that. Yeah. Gotta hurry up and get that done too.
I pre-ordered that one.
So excited. 10 years.
Yeah.
Christmas Stockings was the very first one. been 10 years
for
since
Christmas lights.
Yeah, 10 years since I wrote the Christmas stocking. Can you believe it? Wrote it in 10 days.
And then you did the New Cheltenham?
Yeah, I started the New Cheltenhams. One in there somewhere, 12 Dates came in.
I haven't read that one.
That one's fun.
I think I have it loaded up on my Kindle.
Yeah, that one's fun. Coffee, the beans.
Okay, I might be running out of space.
Okay, so we should say, yo.
Bye. See you next week.